Extremely Forward Soundbites is brought to you by petervanderbiltshop.com. In this episode, we keep it short, sweet, and occasionally immoral with the ins and outs of short stories. Sandy, Pete, and Gabe lament the shallowness of the postmodern dating pool, and we listen to the solid music of the Horse Wheelies and show regular Wes Harris. For questions, comments, suggestions, or to get involved with the show, visit extremelyforward.com.
That song makes me want to grow a mustache and wear bell-bottoms.
That's far too hip for you. The 70s right now is doing a huge fashion encore, and if you start, you'll spoil it for everyone else.
Everyone's included but me. Everyone's inclusive, except when it comes to me.
Yeah, but you can't blame them. I mean, look at you.
Look at me what?
You're shaped like an upside-down milkshake, and you have the face of a half-done marshmallow.
Unlike your oil-painting self, eh, Dijkstra?
Yeah, but I don't have to be pretty, because I'm sexy.
There's a difference?
Sure.
No, yeah, I get it. Yeah, what you are is willing. See, easy girls have all the fun.
Ouch.
Hey, if you dish out, you must be able to take.
Fair.
Besides, it's not really about making myself pretty. It's more about putting myself in a pretty place, you know. The 70s vibe won't change a thing about me, but it might change other things for me. It's kind of like, you know, you wear those hooker boots and those fishnet stockings for yourself, right? I mean, despite how you let yourself look, you're not really advertising that ass.
I don't have to advertise anything, baby. This ass here sells itself.
One day I'm gonna still get you to blush. I swear. It's on the bucket list.
I want to welcome everyone back to Extremely Forward Soundbites. Touch me, touch us, rub us, oh so hard on our like and subscribe buttons, because this is it for me. If there's no workout, I'm going to have to go back to selling that ass on the streets of San Francisco.
Oh God, he's begging, let's shut down the show.
And if you have any thoughts on today's topic, share it in the comments section. You can also let us know your gripes and gripulations discreetly by sending us a mail at shownotes@extremelyforward.com, addressing your query to His Supreme Majesty of all things brilliant, Gabe, in your opening line.
That's some beautiful, soul-touching shit right there.
Speaking of which, what's today's topic?
We're on about short stories, like Pete's process of writing them.
While we're on the topic, let's have the plug of the day. Pete has an absolutely fabulous collection of short stories coming out real soon.
Oh, it's so close. I can feel it.
Oh, it's gonna hit so hard. It's gonna be great. It's coming to our sponsor, actually, petervanderbiltshop.com. And that will open up, like, officially for business as soon as the pre-orders hit. So you can get it there, and you can get it there first, and you can get it there at the base cost. So yeah, it's not kind of functioning right now, but there's like a coming soon page, but just keep your eye on it, because when it's ready, you can get it there, petervanderbiltshop.com.
Anything you'd like to add, Pete?
I just want to really thank the members of my subscribers club. Those are the greatest readers and fans in the world. Thank you very much. So they sent in reviews, and they sent them in by the droves. I'm very, very grateful. So I needed some blurbs about the stories for the book. And so I put out the call to my subscribers over at the club that you can join if you want at petervanderwalt.com. And I sent out free individual stories to them in exchange for a review. And I want to thank the 150 or so fantastic folks who sent their thoughts and their feedback. I was humbled to read what you wrote, and I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate you, guys and gals. So thank you very, very much. Mind's Eye Theatre was written to give my readers, new and old, the ride of their lives, and by the sound of it, you guys really like it, so thank you, and I appreciate it. And nobody has the whole book. I sent out the individual short stories, and people could get like one or two. So nobody's actually read the entire book. And there are some short stories that, very few people have seen. So the full collection will have all the stories. But again, I'm grateful.
Mind's Eye Theatre Volume 1 is a collection unlike any other. A warlock's brew of 12 dark but eclectic tales, spun from the most uncompromising imaginings of master storyteller Peter Vanderwalt. Spanning multiple settings and eras, each story delivers a unique payload that presses emotional buttons and trips mental switches. Accompanied by full-color, all-original illustrated artworks, Mind's Eye Theatre is a collector's edition hardcover for true horror fans, as well as lovers of the macabre and seekers of viscerally disturbing stories, intense, haunting, and beautiful. The stories of Mind's Eye Theatre linger long after the last page has been read.
So when can we get any updates on like when it's going to come out and when it will be available and things like that?
So I report on all progress on all projects because there's so much happening. So there's Mind's Eye Theatre and Majesty, which is finished. That's a sci-fi book. And we've got a new book coming, and there's some new movie stuff happening. So every Friday you can read about all the progress on all the projects at petervanderwalt.com. And you can also subscribe there. And my subscribers get a quarterly email with a private letter, and they get some behind-the-scenes news, some advanced views, some discounts, some invites, sometimes freebies, and the like. We'll also keep everyone posted on this podcast as to when the actual book will be available. So yeah, that's the punt over and done with.
Send your mind places it has never been before, if you dare.
Stories that trip mental switches and press emotional buttons. Ooh, I like that.
A premium quality collector's edition. You can see more about it on Insta, on X, or on Facebook.
Mind's Eye Theatre.
Right.
So I couldn't help but notice one night stands in the episode artwork. What's that all about?
It's just a contrast with novels, which feels like that long marriage when you write them. We spoke about that last time. So short stories are more like one night stands.
I thought we could talk about dating.
Well, we can if you want to or need to.
I found my beautiful bubble nuts, so I'm all set. So haven't dated at all in a while.
Yeah, but surely you guys still go out on dates? I mean, like you have date nights or what have not?
Sure, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so then you are dating. Like, even if you're married, you're dating, or you should be. It should be fun. It's supposed to be a good thing, relationships. I don't buy into the idea that that relationships are like hard work. If they are hard work, it means they've been neglected already. You just want to keep your hand on it, Ensure regular maintenance. Keep it going.
Well, how would you know?
Well, I mean, I guess I don't really, I've made some bad choices in the past. Hell, I've been a bad choice at times, But in my defense, there was no manual for us kind of gay guys back in the day. You can hate tradition all you want, but at least it's some sort of guideline. Even if you kick against it, but, a nice Jewish boy or a good Catholic girl or someone from your tradition, two families meeting, love, marriage, horse carriage, all that stuff, But when I was raised, gay relationships were still illegal, and certainly socially frowned upon. Now, I'm not whining about it. I'm not one of those, look how much we've suffered people. But what I am saying is there was no playbook. So, when I was on the dating scene, we kind of had to make it up as we went along. And nobody had any idea what the expectations were or what the kind of norms were supposed to be. Your daddy never took you fishing and said, son, the thing about loving another man is now. So we didn't have any of that. Mostly you lived in quiet, silent, sometimes self-hating isolation. And then by the time you start dating, it's like the floodgates opened and you went to clubs and bars, and then you pretty much made up for lost time and you went like crazy, like a rabbit. And so you had to be socialized, and then you had to be romanticized, and then you had to be sodomized, and it all happened very quickly and without mercy, and it was pretty messy. So I don't know if it's better or safer, easier now that we've been mainstreamed, but that was the thing back then. So a lot of hearts were broken, Well, what the hell? If you don't play, you can't win. So in the end, it turned out okay for me, I guess. Despite bruises and bumps to myself and others, I found someone truly awesome, and we've been doing the happily ever after for 12 years now.
And you, Sandy?
Oh, I'm just some basic bitch, like a regular vanilla hetero. I was a girl, he was a boy, a bit dorky, a bit funny, and then ultimately was too cute to, resist. So next thing you know, we're going steady, and yeah. There's very little ups and downs, really. We're both very kind of similar. We're both kind of geeky, I guess, which kind of helps. And I think it's like, we were just kind of meant to be together, and we almost inevitably found each other. That's pretty much, that.
So did the marriage talk last episode trigger you, or was it the one-night stands, or what's up in your world, Gabe?
I think I was born in the wrong era. I'm no good at those things. I maybe be good at to get someone nice, so maybe I'm just too much of a freak.
Look, dude, I don't want to overstep my mandate or anything, but I gotta tell you, I think, if you don't mind, I think you're just young, And I think feeling confused and without confidence and overwhelmed and stuff, I think it might just be part of a certain life stage rather than character flaws or personality traits. So I'd be careful to make it too much about me. It might just be, the stage of life thing.
No, I mean, I'm cool about it. Okay, it's not like I'm gonna go incel or whatever, or something stupid like that. I mean, I can, believe it or not, I can't even, get some. But that's not the point, and that's not what I want, and deep down I'm just sometimes just, a little alone.
Oh.
Yeah, well, we're usually joking and cynical and hardcore on this show, but shit, I guess we do enough of these, and we're going to have an Oprah moment or two at some point.
Sorry, my bad.
Not at all, dude. No, look, life is made up of feelings, and what you feel, shit, it matters, it's real. Unlike Oprah and Dr. Phil, I won't pretend that talk shows fix us lives, or that minute-long conversations can change or undo years' worth of living. But you're a smart, capable, and attractive guy, Gabe, Life will still take you on paths that only fools would try to predict. Way I see it, 1, you're not an evil person. 2, you're not stupid. And 3, you're not a victim type. So the one thing, given those 3 preconditions, that I can absolutely guarantee you is that you'll be fine in time.
Thanks, boss.
And look, if you don't mind, I just want to give you some old man advice before we talk about the shorts, okay?
Sure.
Yeah, can I give you some, old man advice? Okay, so here's the thing with finding love. It's a lot like squirrel hunting. Did you ever try to catch a squirrel?
No.
Well, they're quick and they're nimble little bastards. If you try to catch them, they dart away. You go this way, it runs that way. You try it over there, it pops up over here. You will run yourself ragged and you will never get hold of the bastard because they're just that quick. So the thing to do is not to chase them. What you do is you work on your assets. Okay, what you do, you sit down beneath a tree, and what you do is you take your assets. That's your gifts, your talents, what makes you special, what makes you unique, your quirks, your interests, your potential. And you just develop that, and you just show those off. And you think of all those things as like little nuts. So what you do is you take the nuts, you put it in your hand, you extend it, you engage with the world, say yes, knock on doors until they open. But anyway, the way to catch a squirrel, you calm down, you sit down, you put some shiny nuts in your hand, and then you hold out your hand. And in no time at all, they'll come to you. You'll have your pick. Squirrels all over the place start coming to inspect. So it really works.
Did you just tell him to sit beneath a tree in a park with his nuts in his hands?
If I could, Sandy, don't spoil it for me. I'm having a moment.
No, I'm kidding. It's good advice, but it does remind me of the old bull story.
And now you just absolutely have to share it, don't you? Gabe, there goes your moment.
Nah, it's all good. I mean, hold your nuts. But it reminds me of the story about the young bull and the old bull, and they're walking on this country road. It's a beautiful summer's day. The sun is shining. The birds are chirping. The bees are buzzing. The flowers are blooming. And as they walk along, the young bull notices that there's this whole bunch of cows down in the valley below. And these are like sexy cows. They have these long eyelashes and these pouty, full lips. And they have these big, voluptuous udders. And I mean, these are some hot chick cows. So the little bull says, "Hey, Dad, why don't we run down and bang one of those cows?" And the daddy bull, he chews on this piece of grass as he considers this. And then he says, "I have the better idea, son. Why don't we walk down and do them all?"
Okay, I think maybe I'm still processing, but I'm starting to get the message.
Love is a lot of things, but it's never a rush. Live life consciously, enjoy every moment. Don't rush to be anywhere. Smell the flowers and enjoy the walk along the way. Don't wait for the destination to be happy. Fuck, it's all so beautiful, we might as well end the episode there.
But we do have to chat short stories.
Hold Your Nuts was a kind of a short story in a way, and so was Papa Bull.
Indeed, they were. Actually, they're great examples of short stories. The squirrel hold your nuts thing, you say there's a setup, which is it's hard to catch squirrels. There's the development, which is work on your assets and take your nuts, and then there's the payoff, which is they come to you. And Papa Bull was, they walk. You set that up with a young bull and the old bull. There's the development, which is the description of the cows, and then there's the payoff, which is Daddy's comeback. So the story, in essence, in its simplest form, is just a beginning, a middle, and an end. Now that sounds so much like a cliche almost because it's so obvious, but that really is it. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end. Now, when it comes to novels or movies or series, there's a lot of things going on. So several scenarios, several characters, lots of locations. There's usually quite a bit happening. And that's the whole fun thing about novels and screenplays. It's how intricate they are. You weave your story and it takes time and words adds up. But now when it comes to short stories, a good way to think about them is actually like jokes, like single jokes. So a novel is like a whole stand-up routine. But a short story is more like a single joke. You can't deliver a novel's worth in a single short story or even in a short film. In a short, whether it's a written story or a film, you just deliver a single payload. It's like a one punch. Not maybe sometimes you can do like a 1-2 punch, but overall it's just one punch. You want to deliver that one feeling, that one twist, that one sense of place, that one message that you want to land. And you really can do only one in a short story or in a short film. So the format lets you transmit that one payload, one reward. in that sense, a short story functions very much like a joke. So if you want to learn how to write short stories, I recommend that you analyze jokes. Beginning, middle, and end becomes more like setup, build, and punchline. You start by asking a question, by posing a postulate, by creating a scenario, then you explore it briefly, you let it develop from one state to the next, and then finally you unveil, you reveal, you reverse, or you surprise. You let it land and you're out. And that's how you do short stories.
And serials?
Serials, first of all, serials are like narrative podcasts, right? Or episodic TV series or comics. So it kind of blends the intricacies of the novel, but it delivers the narrative in single payload structures, often ending with cliffhangers. I think there's too much to cover in serials to lump them together with the shorts. So let's just leave it at the shorts, I think, here.
Okay, cool.
And then there's been all kinds of other developments, hasn't there?
Very briefly, yes, Gabe. As you know, since it was your idea and your work, we've got a special video episode coming up. It will be in the regular slot, but it will be clearly distinguished from the other sound bites as a video episode. And in future, we'll be doing a few of those from time to time. So we're going to stick to the audio mainly because we are time constrained. Every now and then we'll do a video episode, but you can look out for the orange thumbnails on those. We're doing one about book fairs and Comic-Cons and the London Book Fair. So that's going to be coming out soon. It'll be orange thumbnails on the video ones. And then also every now and then we're going to throw in some interviews. We have some lined up with other authors and of all kinds, writing in different kind of genres. So we'll be talking to them about their books and their methods and their journeys. And then that way you can get to hear about the writing thing from more than just me, And then again, we're sticking to the overall format. The sound bites are the sound bites. They're not going anywhere. We're keeping them. We're keeping on with them. We're just going to be adding occasional video and interviews episodes as well, and those will be clearly marked. So, yeah.
Upwards and onwards.
Look, yeah, Soundbites is a great way to communicate regularly with folks. It's like a blog, but we're too lazy to write because we've been doing enough writing as it is. So I've got a lot going on between the books and the movies. And the whole idea of Soundbites was a way for me to connect with readers and viewers without it becoming too much of a job in itself. So this is pretty much Gabe's baby. We're not trying to be YouTubers. We're just like chatting and hanging out, and we share what we know. And if folks find that helpful or entertaining, great. And if not, then, also fine.
Having said that, like, subscribe, comment, or I'll die alone and loveless. And now we really have to run because we're so over.
We're going out instead of in with Wes Harris, who's giving us Portrait, featuring Sarah Natalie. Till next time.
Thanks for listening. Until next time.
Hold your nuts, Gabe.
This life is sorta like a portrait, and you just gotta cherish the moment before you notice. Time moves quicker than sand, falling out the palm of your hands. Enjoy the moment. This life is sorta like a portrait, and you just gotta cherish the moment before you notice. The present is the past again. Now you're looking at the places you've been, yeah. And I'm guilty of it. I've been rushing through moments like I got plenty of them. I've been obsessing with conversations about the future. I'm so impatient, I'm racing like I can get it sooner. Silly rabbit, this ain't Alice, this no Wonderland. I hope that you understand. All this time we get is a gift from the Father's hand, yeah. What you gonna do with it? I just wanna stew it, be true with it, be lucrative. Look, cause last year I shed tears when I lost a friend. It reminded me that life is more than what you spend. So be intentional, this life is like a tapestry. And every second is a color that you see between. Portrait, this life is sorta like a portrait, and you just gotta cherish the moment before you notice. Time moves quicker than sand, falling out the palm of your hands. Enjoy the moment. This life is sorta like a portrait, and you just gotta cherish the moment before you notice. The present is the past again. Now you're looking at the places you've been, yeah.
Looking at the places I've been.
Time moves quicker than sand, falling out the palm of your hands. Enjoy the moment. This life is sorta like a portrait, and you just gotta cherish the moment before you notice. The present is the past again. Now you're looking at the places you've been, yeah.